Hey everybody, welcome to Cooking with Sylv Mac. I'm your host Sylv Mac. Today we are gonna make some of my famous seafood chowder. You gotta say it like that, chowder. Anyway, it's kind of like clam chowder, but what I ended up doing is putting a lot more seafood in there and of course some bacon. So y'all better grab that glass of wine and let's get to cooking, y'all. Okay, so thank you for tuning into my channel, Cooking with Sylv Mac. I'm your host, Sylv Mac. Once again, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already, and make sure you share it with your friends. These are some great recipes, and leave me some comments. Okay, so like I said, we are going to make some seafood chowder. You got to say it like that too. Seafood chowder, and look up in the sky. Don't ask me why. Anyway, so it really is basically clam chowder, but I had some extra ingredients and I thought, what the hell? I'm gonna go in and create something on my own. So we're calling it seafood chowder. So now let's go over each of the ingredients. Of course, we have our clams, and I've got about 10 ounces of fresh clam meat. And then because we're calling this seafood chowder, I have, the other day, I had smoked out some huge prawn shrimp and some colossal scallops. So what I ended up doing is cutting these up, as you can see, in little bits and pieces. And I decided, let me put those in there. And they're gonna have a great smoky flavor because I smoked them with a bunch of vegetables out on my Traeger grill. So this, I think, is gonna take this over the top. You can't have chowder, at least anything that I'm making, without having bacon. Everything's better with bacon. If you don't like bacon, leave it out, but I can't imagine who doesn't like bacon. So this is about 6 or 7 pieces of bacon. I cut them up in little lardons, as you can see. And I'm gonna probably put maybe 3/4 of it into the soup, but then the other fourth I'm gonna save so that I can sprinkle on top when I serve it. As far as the vegetables are concerned, I've got 2 stalks of celery that I have chopped up, as well as half of a shallot. I just love shallots. And then I added 1 leek and cleaned it very well and chopped it up. And then I also added about 4 green onions, and I used both the white part and the green part and chopped it up. I also, though, have some of the green part left, and I put that into a little container or a little glass bowl like this because I'm gonna also use this along with the bacon and some cheese when I serve it and sprinkle it on top for a nice texture, which will be awesome. Now, this is not traditional, but I had some mushrooms in the refrigerator. Y'all know how I like to just add stuff and create my own stuff. So I've got some fresh mushrooms that I'm gonna add as well. And then I've got 1 russet potato. And I have this chopped up in cubes. I took off the skin, and then I cooked it just for like 5 minutes, just to kind of soften it up a little bit. Of course, garlic, and I chopped up, I would say about 4 or 5 cloves of fresh garlic. And then for the liquid, I've got a cup of chucked chicken stock, and I use that better than bouillon that I just love so much. So I put about a tablespoon of better than bouillon in here, along with some water, and sort of mixed it up. You also cannot make chowder, seafood chowder or clam chowder, without clam juice. And this is the 8-ounce bottle. We're gonna use the entire bottle. And then we're going to have 2 cups of half and half. And that's gonna be divided because we'll add half of it and then add the other half of it later. All right, that does it for all of the ingredients, and of course some salt and pepper and a little bit of thyme and probably a bay leaf as well. Okay, so I have, I cooked the bacon, sort of rendered that down, and you want the bacon to be nice and crispy. Now I'm gonna go on, and you wanna saute the vegetables into that bacon fat. Oh, that's gonna be so good. But I think I'm gonna go on and put the mushrooms in there too. All right, so The veggies have now kind of sweated down. They're nice and soft. It's time to add the garlic. Like I said, you don't want to add the garlic with the veggies because it'll get bitter. And you let that cook maybe just about a minute or so. I also like to sort of season stuff as I go along so that I'm building flavor. So I've got some white pepper, and I'm gonna add like maybe about half of a teaspoon right now. And I also have some thyme leaves. So I'm gonna say let's add about, maybe about a teaspoon of thyme leaves. So now that's just about enough time so that the garlic is not burned. Oh, I wish you all could smell this because this smells absolutely divine. And I will say, my husband came in here and ate some of the bacon. I wanted to punch him in his throat, but you know, I love him. Let's go in and add the chicken stock. And along with the chicken stock, I'm gonna add the potatoes. Let's go on and give that a stir. And since you've got the liquid in there with the potatoes, that's gonna continue to cook the potatoes. I cooked them for about 5 minutes before, sort of boiled them. So now let's add a little bit more seasoning. I'm gonna add a bay leaf. Well, I'm gonna add 3 bay leaves. And y'all know how I love to find seasonings. And I don't know about y'all, but I have fallen in love with smoked salt. So I got this off of the internet, and it is smoked sea salt. Absolutely fabulous. And it's called, I don't know, I don't have my glasses on, but if you can see that, you might want to get it. It's good. So I love a nice smoky flavor, so I'm gonna add a little bit of salt right now. Not too much because, of course, the chicken stock has a lot of salt in it already, so we don't want to oversalt it. So now we've got the potatoes and everything in there. We want to bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you want to reduce it down to a nice simmer, and then we're going to let it cook for about 20 minutes until the potatoes get nice and tender. Okay, so now it's been cooking for about 20 minutes. So I added the clam juice, and I'm gonna go in and let that simmer now for about another 5 minutes. We're building flavor. I also forgot to tell you early on, so I made a slurry with the half and half. So I added about maybe a third of a cup of flour to the half and half. You whisk it real good so that it's nice and smooth. And now you want to turn this down because you don't want to boil this. And you want to slowly add it so that you can now thicken it up. That flour is going to help thicken it up. And you want to make sure that you turn the heat down to probably like medium low. And now we're also going to add the clams and then the other seafood and the bacon. Some people don't add the bacon, but I do. So let's go on and you can add that bacon. I'm gonna keep some of it though, so that maybe a fourth of it, so that when I serve it, that I can sprinkle bacon on top. I've got the seafood here. Turn that down. And I'm just gonna go in and add all of these clams, because actually the clams, I had said that they were fresh, but they're already cooked. So you wanna put those in there. And then you wanna add the remainder of the half and half. So you wanna be careful not to bring this though to a boil, because you don't wanna scald the half and half. So you can see it's nice and thick. Oh, this really, really looks good. So I'm gonna go on and let this continue to cook. Then I'm gonna taste it a little bit and see if I need to add any more seasoning. And then I'm gonna serve it with bacon, cheese, and scallions. What you say? comes the best part. It's time to eat. Okay, so we've got jumbo shrimp, scallops, and clams with bacon, little cheese, and some green onions to top it off. I have no words. I just have no words. This is so flavorful. It was so easy to make. I'm sorry, I was having a moment right there. That's how good this is.